In recent times, tensions surrounding religious and political extremism have stirred a significant amount of debate across Australia. One such incident involved a protest organised by a group that aimed to voice their concerns regarding perceived injustices and discrimination. What started as a peaceful demonstration soon spiraled into a confrontation between protesters and Australian citizens, leading to escalating violence, arrests, and a nationwide conversation about the role of extremism in Australian society. The protest, led by a group of radical Islamic protesters, was intended to highlight issues of inequality and unfair treatment. However, it quickly turned volatile as the protesters attempted to disrupt daily life in major Australian cities. Witnesses described the protesters as chanting provocative slogans and waving inflammatory banners, which heightened tensions and created a sense of unease among the general public. In response, a large group of concerned Australian citizens took to the streets, rallying against the presence of such ideologies in their country. The confrontation quickly became physical, with both sides clashing violently. The incident, which resulted in several injuries and arrests, drew attention to the growing concerns many Australians have about the potential threat posed by extremist ideologies. The situation sparked a larger discussion about how these ideologies affect the country's social fabric and its commitment to the values of democracy, tolerance, and multiculturalism. In the aftermath of the clash, thousands of Australians participated in marches across major cities, declaring their opposition to extremism. The protesters, who were united under the banner of unity and peace, made it clear that while they valued the country's diverse cultural heritage, they could not condone any form of extremism or violence. Many argued that it was essential to preserve the core values that make Australia unique, including the respect for the rule of law and the protection of individual freedoms. At the heart of the issue was the question of how Australia could balance its commitment to diversity and multiculturalism with the need to address the growing threat of extremism. While many Australians are proud of the country's inclusive society, there is a mounting concern that certain radical ideologies could undermine this foundation and destabilise the country. The Australian people have expressed their desire for decisive action to prevent the spread of these ideologies and protect the safety and well-being of all citizens, regardless of their background. The protests also highlighted the broader debate about the role of religion in public life. While Australians overwhelmingly support the right of individuals to practice their faith freely, there is a growing concern about the potential misuse of religious ideologies to justify violence, hate, and division. The message from many who participated in the anti-extremist protests was clear. They are not opposed to religion, but they do not accept the use of religion as a cover for acts of violence or intolerance. In response to the unrest, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has vowed to take a firm stance against extremism in all its forms. The government has promised to work closely with community leaders and law enforcement agencies to ensure that Australia remains a beacon of democracy and tolerance. Prime Minister Albanese emphasised that while the actions of a small minority may seek to sow division, Australia will continue to stand united in its commitment to the values that define the nation. As the country reflects on the aftermath of the protests, many Australians have called for a more inclusive and robust national conversation about the role of religion and politics in the country. There is a recognition that, while decisive action is necessary to combat extremism, there must also be a focus on education, dialogue, and understanding. By fostering mutual respect and open communication, Australians hope to address the root causes of extremism and prevent further division. In conclusion, the events of recent days have underscored the need for Australia to navigate the complex issues surrounding extremism and the role of religion in public life. As the nation continues to grapple with these challenges, it will be crucial for all citizens to come together in a spirit of unity and mutual understanding, working together to ensure that Australia remains a safe, inclusive, and tolerant society for generations to come. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on stories that matter. Until next time.